Hippie is looking a worried sister. Oh, if it isn't Raxel, it's always a pleasure, my friend. And how fortuitous that you should appear now, just when I am in need of help again. Pray hear me out. You see, my brother recently wrote saying that he wished to meet me in Ul'dah during the Rising celebration. However, the appointed hour has come and gone, but I've seen neither hide nor hair of him. I've checked all the likely places in the city to no avail, and I'm beginning to worry. If it isn't too much trouble, may I ask you to help me find him? I'm in your debt. Now, my brother is a youth of 16 by the name of Nagi. He recently became an adventurer, something he had inspired to since he was little. Being an adventurer yourself, perhaps you know of him if you cross paths. Not only did you meet him, you helped him on his way, you say? What an amazing coincidence. That being said, it doesn't necessarily mean you would know where he is now. He isn't in the city, though. Chances are he went outside on some business. To begin with, I propose we split up and make inquiries in case someone has seen him. If you focus on this area, I shall speak to those in the quicksand. Afterwards, let us reconvene by the entrance to the tavern. Greetings, adventurer. How may I assist you? Oh, Nagi, I understand he's doing some work for the Wandering Minstrel. I dare say his client can point you in the right direction. You can track the man down, that is. I'm afraid I don't know his whereabouts at present. Something you need? Oh, Nagi? I know the sprightly lad. Couldn't say where he is now, but last I saw him, he mentioned taking on some delivery work. He's a curious one, he is. Gets along with everyone well enough, but doesn't seem to like working in a team. But what with talk of bandits prowling the road late, I can't help but worry. Well, slap me silly with harbor herring if it isn't an adventurer who gave me the Gaz story for the ages by bringing that letter in a bottle way back when. So what can Brand do for you this fine evening? I see. With apologies, I haven't seen this, Nagi. As a matter of fact, I've been rather busy working on my upcoming piece on the Rising. Why, just earlier I was interviewing the ever-enigmatic Wandering Minstrel, who's got another unusual venture in the offering. The letter forest, he calls it. If that piques your interest, I recommend you go and see the man. He's at the Gold Court over by the steps of Dahl. Ah, my dear friend, what a pleasant surprise this is. I trust you have been keeping well. Now then, how might the minstrel be of service? So Nagi's sister wishes to find him? Indeed, I have entrusted him with tasks and have an inkling as to where he might be. As you may have heard, on the occasion of the Rising celebration, I am hosting an exhibit called the Letter Forest. All are invited to anonymously submit letters to this forest and express their gratitude and encouragement for another. And all may pursue the letters at their leisure. Now, in order to collect missives from outside of Ul'dah, I have dispatched a chocobo carriage. Nagi is escorting said carriage. When he contacted me on Link Pearl a while ago, he said they had emerged from the 12's Wood on their way back to Ul'dah. Given the hour, they should have already arrived. I know not what is causing the delay, but might I trouble you to look for them? I would go myself, except I'm needed here at present. I'm truly grateful. In case it helps, the carriage was meant to pass through the Black Brush station, so perhaps you could take your search to that area. I pray that nothing has befallen them. There you are. Were you able to learn out of Nagi? Escorting carriage for the minstrel, so that's the way of it. As suggested, let us take ourselves to the Black Brush station and try searching in the vicinity. Excellent. No sooner did I arrive than this man came running, out of breath. You're an adventurer? Thank the 12. It's the bandits from the Quiverin Mats. They fell in on a chocobo carriage over by the clutch. The carriage had only one guard and he was sorely outnumbered. Please, you must help him. That has to be Nagi. With me, Raxel. Damn it. There's no end to them. We have you now, you stubborn little shite. Enough, leave my little brother alone. For 12 is my witness, you'll receive such a thrashing you've never known. From this free-sitting adventurer here, that is. That's no ordinary vermin. Retreat. Are you alright, Nag? Sister, and Raxel too. You should be the one to come to my aid. Thank you. How have you been? You remembered. Been well. More than well. Sorry I didn't come to you, come when I said I would, sister. Rest assured, I'm not too badly hurt. That's a relief. I'll take a proper look at your wounds back in the city. I must say, I was quite surprised to learn that you had met Rexel. She helped me when I first arrived in Ul'dah, from registering as an adventurer to completing my first task. She kindly showed me the ropes. Now, I had suspected that you were a great adventurer, but to send your foes running without even drawing your weapon, that's just incredible. I still have a long way to go, embarrassing myself like I did. I want sister's approval. I need to grow stronger and be able to fight on my own. My approval. But first things first, Brent and I have delivery to make for the Rising. If you'll excuse us, we will hurry back to Ul'dah. Let us head back as well. I don't mind to pay the minstrel a visit in any case. Welcome back, my friends. Pleased am I to see the Nagi is safe and well. Rising intends to inform me now that they have all the letters. With this, we can proceed with the letter for us this man. Thank you, Nagi. So sorry I'm late. You see, were it not for Raxel, there's no telling what might have become of the letters and burnt. In the end, I was utterly useless. So that is how it happened. Nagi's calling. Allow me to thank you as well for coming to his aid. That being said, my boy, you're far from useless. Nay, you bravely defended the carriage until help arrived. There's no need to belittle yourself so. Well, Raxa didn't even rely on anyone. No, she drove off the bandits with nary more than a stern look. I couldn't hold a candle for her. Like her, I wasn't able to deal with any problem without help. Otherwise, I can't claim to be an adventurer worth his salt. Without help. Tell me, Nagi, all this time have you been working alone? Even for dangerous tasks? That's right, a worthy adventurer doesn't rely on others. If I'm to be be a kind of adventurer you approve of, I must be able to handle anything by myself. I see. If that is what you believe, then I can't consent to you being an adventurer any longer. Return to our village and start over. But you were so happy for me when I became an adventurer. I'm working so hard to succeed, to prove that to you that I have what it takes. But now, you developed a grave misconception. Until you recognize what it is, I can't in good conscience approve of your calling. If you can't accept this, if you wish to remain an adventurer, then you must win me over. And it begins with pondering why you first embarked upon this path. Alright, sister. I'll think on this. I'm so sorry you had to see that, Raxel. Despite how it may have appeared, no one wants my brother to succeed more than I do. To succeed and be happy. After all, I know better than any how hard he works. Unless he changes his ways, however, he's like to die somewhere out there. And even if he manages to stay alive, he would only know an arduous life. That's why I didn't go out of my way to be gentle when dressing his wounds. If he could just focus on what actually matters, instead, he obsesses about gaining my approval and compares himself to others. Truth be told, no matter what Nagi wants to do, it is my intent to support him. It's his life, after all, no one else's. It isn't my place to interfere. Be that as it may, if he is sabotaging his own aspirations with his obsession for my approval, I cannot simply stand idly by and watch. Both though I am to impose, until my brother has found his answer, I trouble you to keep an eye on him. Please take it as a request from me as well. Ever has adventuring been dangerous, and it's even more dangerous still for one who spurns help. Like Hippie, I don't wish for Nagi to continue on his current path. As a fellow adventurer, please help him find a better way. Thank you. Now then, on a related matter, I must pay a visit to the Weavers Guild, but I will see you again anon, if you'll excuse me. Nagi set off this way, so we may find him at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. We leave him in your capable hands, my friend. Oh, it's you. Oh, it's you, Raxel. What is it? Is that so? I'm sorry. That is really something I should be doing alone. Still, it's nice to have someone to talk to. Like my sister bade me. I'm wondering why I chose to become an adventurer in the first place. Gibby has looked after me since I was no more than 10, after our parents passed away. She was already a reporter by then, and her work took her to various places. From her I heard tales about adventurers and came to admire them. On learning of the full extent of the impending calamity, she took us to a village in the mountains where our aunt lived. It's desperate times like these that people need stories of hope, she used to say, and I believe that she had wanted to remain in Gridania and continue her work, but she left in order to keep us safe. I was a burden to her then. I don't want to be a burden to her again. For that, I need to show her that I don't need to depend on others, that I'm a capable adventurer who can handle anything by himself. Ponder as I might, I can't understand what's wrong with that. Well, when in doubt, I suppose I should do what adventurers do and gather informations. It would be good to, I think, to speak with people like my sister, people who aren't adventurers, but are familiar with them. Winalda would fit that description. How about the face of an adventurers guild? How about a local purveyor of information? How about a business with extensive dealings with adventurers? How about that? Of course, who else but Miss Momodi? In her capacity as guild representative, she's bound to have some valuable insights. I'll seek her out at once. I still remember when I first came here to sign up. I was a nervous wreck then, but now this place feels like a second home. And I come all the time for crumpets. They make them so springy and serve them drowning in butter and honey. Sorry, now it's not the time for that. Come, let's have a chat with Miss Momodi. Oh no, if it isn't Raxel and Nagi, to what do I owe the pleasure of both your companies today? I was hoping to get your advice on a certain matter. The misconception you've developed about being an adventurer, that's an interesting one, I have to admit. Tries on my to figure it out, I keep going in circles. I thought you might be able to offer some insights. This is just a gut feeling, but I reckon I understand what your sister's trying to say. Tell me, Nagi, suppose you fail to get your sister's approval. Would you simply give up being an adventurer? Would it all become meaningless? From this here counter, I've indeed seen off many an adventure, each and every one unique, with dreams and destinations all their own. But in spite of their differences, they all share something in common, a reason for first embarking upon their journey. Axel, would you mind telling us why you chose the adventuring life? I wanted to see the world. It seemed exciting. A friend recommended it to me. It's a secret. Is that right? Huh. How sweet. Keep that friend close now, you hear? And you, Nagi? What inspired you to become an adventurer? Simple, really. I heard about adventures from my sister and became infatuated with the lives they led. Like them, I wanted to be able to see the world while helping those in need. Then isn't that enough? Your sister's approval or no, you have a reason all your own. By the 12, I see it now. At some point, my desire to prove myself to Kippy has displaced my own motive for being an adventurer. The misconception Kippy wanted me to recognize. What a fool I've been. Wanting someone's approval isn't wrong in of itself, mind, but it's got nothing to do with why you're an adventurer. It shouldn't force you to do things you wouldn't do otherwise, like trying to handle everything alone. Well, that's enough from me for today. I've said my piece. What you do now is up to you, Nagi. Thank you for helping me realize, Miss Momoti. Think nothing of it. It's my job to watch over you all. Nothing makes me happier than to see you happy, doing what you do. Thank you too, Raxel, for accompanying me. I think I know what to say to Kippy now. Loath though I am to trouble you again, there's something else I'd like your help with. You see, letters we collected in Limsa, one was from an explorer who was seeking an escort for an expedition. By now, that letter should be on display at the Gold Court. I want to show it to you, show it to my sister, and I'd be grateful if you could help me find it. Come, let's rejoin the minstrel. Welcome back. Dare I hope you were able to find the answer? Yes, I'm happy to say Miss Momoti helped me to come to a realization, and when I go to speak with my sister, I see. By all means, feel free to borrow the letter. Does it have any distinguishing characteristics? As I recall, there was a large drawing of a blue chocobo on it. Very well. Let's all search together more swiftly to find it. You're not so new, adventurer. As a traveling merchant, I've had my fair share of happy encounters, but sharing a carriage with you stands out above them all. For you see, I went on all veritable crate loads of the ring I gave you, and turned enough of a profit to buy my own carriage. Shared with me your adventurer's luck, and I count my blessings every day. No matter where I go, I often hear tell of your exploits, and it makes me inordinately proud to have met you. Till we meet again, my friend, I pray your continued safety and success. Dear adventurer, how fares your journey? Mine continues, and I wake up to the sound of birdsong and lie down to sleep beneath the moonlight as I seek unblazed trails. Long ago, when an adventure aided me, I was made to realize how alike we are. Deep down, we are simply travelers who thrill to make new discoveries. Thus, I do write this letter now in hopes of recruiting such like-minded souls to join me on an expedition. If you all share in my desires to make uncharted charted, then I invite you to seek me out at the Drowning Munch in Linza Laminza. Eagerly do I await your coming. I feel like we gotta read these other ones. As someone charged with the city's peace, I cannot overstate how much of a boon adventurers are to our efforts. Some folk had expressed concern that an increase in drifters would see a corresponding rise in crimes, but on the contrary, they are steadily declining. Soldiers like ourselves are somewhat limited in the scope of our duties. We're not always available to lend our citizens what assistance they need. Thus, would I take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to adventurers who stepped to fill up the void. Very nice. Esteemed adventurer, should you chance to read this letter, I pray it finds you well. Much time has passed since you helped us to rebuild in the wake of a terrible disaster, but we still remember you most fondly. Our lives continue to be hard, and every day brings new challenges. Nonetheless, we have regained a semblance of what we once had, and smiles are beginning to return to faces. The morrow will be brighter than today. This we dare to believe now thanks to you. And should you yourself face hardship, I pray that you believe in the same. No luck over here so far. How about you? Blue Chocobo. Yes, this is the one. All that's left then is to talk to Kippy. Do you know where she is? She went to the Weavers Guild, saying that she has business there. Perhaps she's buying clothes. At any rate, I'll look for her there. Thank you. For this too, might I trouble you to accompany Nagi? Afterwards, I ask that you tell me how events unfold. I shall await you at the Ruby Road Exchange. Greetings and welcome to the Letter Forest. Displayed here are messages of gratitude and encouragement which folk the realm over had anonymously written. It comes to no surprise, but no few messages are addressed to adventurers. Now we're still in the midst of preparation, but I should be pleased to guide you when all is ready. Please return anon. Okay. You're here too, Rexel? I must confess, I'm feeling rather nervous, so I appreciate your presence. Oh dear, you came to find me? My apologies for taking so long. So Nagi, were you able to find the answer? To begin with, I want you to look at this. An explorer and assembling an escort for an expedition? Certainly sounds exciting. In wanting your approval, I was determined to rely on others, but a part of me dearly wanted to be a part of the expedition, to go where I dare not set foot alone. So I've decided that I will answer the invitation. Then this means you've given up on trying to do everything alone? I'd want to prove to you that I'm capable, that I'm no longer a burden. In my obsession, I lost sight of why I became an adventurer in the first place. See what lies beyond the horizon and lend a helping hand to those I meet. That's what drives me, and I was able to remember This thanks to Miss Momodi and Raxel. And whether or not you approve, I want to continue adventuring for my own reasons. Is that alright for you? Didn't you just say you didn't need my approval? But to be clear, I never actually intended to stop you. Do you remember what you once told me, Nagi, shortly before the calamity struck? You interview adventures again today? What were they like? What kind of places have they been to? You never get sick of hearing about adventures, do you? Never ever. When I grow up, I want to be an adventurer too. Well, that's a fine aspiration as any. But do you know what kind of adventurer you wish to become? A hero like in the tales, perhaps? Oh no, sister, not a hero. Adventurers are free spirits. And I want to be a free spirit of all. Oh yes, I'll travel the world and meet lots of people. And when I visit home, you can interview me as much as you like. For that boy to spurn help for want of my approval, I couldn't bear to see it. In order to bring you to your senses, I may have spoken a little sternly. As an adventurer, you'll experience no small amount of hardships, but you choose your path because you wanted to be free. So don't let yourself be shackled by expectations, be it your own or that of others, and instead take things as they come. As long as you're true to yourself and recognize your limits, you're surely finding a way forward. And remember, not even heroes can accomplish everything alone. Relying on others doesn't make you a lesser adventurer. If anything, the freer we are, the more we need to look for one another. And that, I believe, is the essence and beauty of adventuring. Wouldn't you agree, Rexel? Wholeheartedly. Understood, Kippy. I won't ever forget this. Knowing you, I expect you're raring to answer the explorer's petition in Limsa Limenza. You'll be taking an airship, yes? In which case, I should give you these garments to you now. Are these made for you, thinking it was past time for something better? For me. Thank you so much, sister. I must thank you too, Raxel, for the kind adventure I admire, and I'll keep on working hard to be like you. I couldn't have asked for a better person to watch over my little brother. I appreciate everything you've done for him, and look forward to meeting you again, be it for a story or something else. With that, we take our leave of you. Till next time. You see the siblings off, safe in the knowledge that all will be well. Time to rejoin the wandering minstrel and relay to him the tale's happy conclusion. Welcome back, my friend. Judging by your expression, I take it all is well with Nagi and Kippy. I see. Pleased mind to hear that. When we first set out on our journeys, it isn't usually for the simplest of reasons. Yet as we make our way, those reasons may become lost in a haze of motives, causing us to lose sight of what truly matters. In such times, we cannot but remember what prompted us to take our first step. We will always find the strength to take the next. Nagi shall be fine. I'm certain of it. My thanks for keeping an eye on him. These events have inspired me a new verse. Have inspired a new verse in me. Verse about the dreams of those who seek new worlds, and the hopes of those who see them off. Greetings, warrior of light. This is a world that exists outside your reality. Could it be a dream? A flight of fancy conjured by your weary mind? Perhaps, or perhaps not. 'Tis a pleasure to meet you again. As I have in the past, I have beckoned you here that I might express my gratitude. 10 years have now passed since the world was reborn from its ashes, since we've set forth upon this journey. Countless things have happened during that time, and I've had the pleasure of meeting many an adventure along the way. If truth be told, it hasn't always been easy. There are moments when I wonder why I must struggle so. Days when I'm tempted to cast it all aside. But in spite of this, I always manage to carry on. And it is thanks to my wonderful comrades and to you, our esteemed adventurers. By now, I must have regaled with tens of thousands of your tales. You usually share them with a smile, but even when it is with a frown, you tell me that you're still enjoying yourself. It is no exaggeration to say that I derive all of my driving force from you all. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Ours is an unending journey. Nothing would make me happier than if we could keep walking it together. As you make your way, we promise that we will ever be at your side, matching you step for step. Now then, the time has come for this vision to end. Time for your eyes to open from this waking dream. Much time has passed since the world was reborn from its ashes. Countless souls have made this place their home. Every single one has left an indelible mark upon it. Together we have built this world, and it's our sincerest hope that we shall continue to do so for many years to come. So please be safe and well. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal. I dare say Nagi's aboard that airship by now. I pray that he and Kippy will find happiness upon their respective paths. I hope you do as well, my friend. If you would lend me an ear, I would dedicate these verses to your future. By morning light, the journey starts. A trail of hope within our hearts, and western leewoods to River Song, into the world where we belong. Both fields of white and azure sky, sunset storms a crimson fire, jewels glitter on pitch black veil, new day dawns, so goes the tale. By eternal winds we carry on, boldly towards the golden morn, with memories as guiding stars, shining our steps both near and far. Where we go, where you will go, you will meet, what you will see. There's no telling what the future holds for anyone. Yet come what may, I bid you never forget this. The bonds you forge, the memories you make, and the footprints you leave behind, they shall one day spur you forward. So pray continue walking your own path. Wherever your journey leads, I shall be praying for your happiness. You have now access to the letter force at Gold Court. Speak with the vendor. Greetings, adventurer. Are you here to test your skills and the excitement of Koopa Koopa Adventure? Well, let's do it. Excellent, let's get you started at once. Please enjoy yourself. Alright, time to go read the letters. Oh my god. Alright. Letter from a message board keeper. Many years have passed since we installed a message board on an unassuming street corner. To see it continue to be utilized by adventurer fills me and my fellow keepers with pride. Like a lodestone, the message board draws people together, and it's our hope that it keeps serving you as well as means to share information. To our humble part, we shall endeavor to maintain the board in good repair while bringing you news that may be of interest. With best wishes, a message board keeper. Choreographist. As a choreographist, my job is to create movements that convey specific emotions, such as a dancer's performance or a mammoth's adorable gesture. Though I have the honor of contributing my expertise to etiquette manuals, movement cannot be tangibly preserved in the manner of that artworks, such as paintings can. From the mesmerizing flutter of fabric to the inviting springiness of booze, it all passes by in an instant. In light of this, if but one of my steps or flourishes occupy a place in your memory, then nothing would make me happier. Movingly yours, a humble choreographist. An etiquette manual writer. One lazy afternoon, as I stood by the 8th Ray Plaza, I found myself absorbed by the sight of adventurers willing away their time, greeting friends who were passing by, practicing a newly learned dance, sitting on a bench and chatting, opening umbrellas when it began to rain, tucking into a loaf of bread when peckish. To the untrained eye, they were doing not out of the ordinary. I, however, saw the fruits of my life's work, and it warmed my heart. Dream of a day when proper social etiquette is practiced by all, be it in ballroom or otherwise. I shall continue with quest to edify. Courteously yours, an etiquette manual writer. I see now. A letter from a theater set designer. Dear adventurer, I'm a theater set designer, and one who is said to have a penchant for designing unusual props for the stage. Some of my labors of love, as it thrilled me to discover, have caught your eye. To become little companions that follow you around, or even modes of transportation. See my creations for the stage to delight you off it. Even the oddest ones delight me in turn, and further motivates me in my craft. In hopes that I can continue to delight you all, I will endeavor to create ever more interesting props. Yours in whimsy, a theater set designer. Dear adventurer, I'm a festival committee member in charge of decorating the cities during celebrations. While decorations are oft unembarked part of the events, some of you have noticed the little touches we apply such as stray bombs and romantic snowmen. It makes our efforts all the more worthwhile. As you continue your adventures, it's our hope that the festive ambiance we create throughout the years will provide you with joy and respite both. Mercifully yours, a festive committee member. An architect. Recently, my fellows and I have been taking ourselves around the realm, repairing buildings and roads, as well as restoring natural landscapes. This we do as an initiative to improve the quality of life for adventurers. Yours is a long journey. What little we can do to ease your way, we gladly do. Constructively yours, a humble architect. An artisan. You who are reading this letter, I bid you imagine the countless adventurers who call this world home. I dare say it isn't difficult to do so, for that is the reality as it stands. Yet we mustn't take it for granted. For what we have now is a culmination of much hard work by full many souls. Souls including your good self. Adventurers breathe life into this world, each one of you giving rise to a grand tale, and I hope you never forget this. Thank you for taking the time to cast your eyes over these words. Wherever your adventures may lead you, may you find happiness. Utmost respect, a nameless artisan. I first set foot in this land 10 years ago. Since then, I have the occasion to meet numerous fine adventurers like yourself. Many languages exist, and they sometimes act as a wall that divide us. This world, however, is a place where we might transcend that wall and come together in unity. Each and every day, you and yours find various ways to forge bonds. In so doing, you gain access to a new world as seen through different eyes. And that is what makes life endlessly fascinating. As you carry on adventuring, I pray that you will be blessed with many such enriching encounters. Yours in understanding and unity, a humble linguist. From a citizen. Dear adventure, during the calamity and for a long time afterwards, there were nary a smile to be seen upon faces. Now, however, I often see you and yours walking happily through the city, and it never fails to warm my heart. In my mind, you're the symbols of the new era. No one can say what future holds, but when I see your smiles, I'm reassured that somehow all will be well. Sincerely yours, a humble citizen. Theater director. I used to be an adventurer, but in the course of my travels I developed the urge to recreate for others the sense of marvel that I was experiencing. One thing led to another, and I eventually became a theater director. My role is to produce spectacular theater, and nothing is more gratifying than to receive praise from the audience. For a long time to come, I've continued to create memorable adventures to share with everyone. There is an imagination and wonderment, a humble theater director. Advertising scribe? As an advertising scribe, I create notices for events and products that you see posted to message boards. Such information isn't exactly essential for adventuring, but I consider it a job well done if people are aware of their options. And I'll keep striving to deliver information that may be of interest to adventurers. Thank you always for your kindness and compassion. Communicatively yours, a humble advertising scribe. A guide. In all things, it's nice to be able to make changed to better suit your tastes. By the same token, the more choices one has, the more difficult it is to decide what to do. We began posting guides on the message boards as a way to answer questions from the adventurers. Before we knew it, we had surpassed 200 items. We couldn't have kept it. We couldn't have kept at it for so long without your invaluable feedback. It makes us truly happy when we hear that we could help to solve your problems, even if in a small way. Encouraged by your praise and driven by your requests, we'll keep working hard to serve you. Should you have any comments or suggestions, please do not hesitate to reach out. We always appreciate hearing from you. Informatively yours, a humble guide. Gatekeeper. All who set forth invariably pass through the entrance, and while most will not spare the place a second thought, the gatekeepers think of naught else day in and day out. Our solemn duty is to ensure that all adventurers can enter unhindered, and this entails keeping signs in good repair and pesky fiends at bay. We're especially attentive when we throw open all the entrances at once following large-scale maintenance works. Inspired by the eager expression you wear as you set forth anew, we will continue performing our tasks to the best of our ability. Vigilantly yours, a humble gatekeeper. Playwright. A stirring story needs a formidable antagonist, one who stands in the protagonist's way and causes them sadness and suffering. When the hero finally overcomes that foe, they will know a joy that is sweet as their struggles were bitter. Those who shared in that joy will go on to become friends true, their bonds transcending age, station, and nations. In order to create such depressing lows and soaring highs, I strive to conceive of more compelling antagonists. Dramatically yours, a humble playwright. Theater composer. As someone who composes music for the stage, nothing pleases me more than to hear that you're moved by my work. I'm also humbled to receive your words of appreciation for the concerts we hold and the equestrian roles we release. You are my motivation, spurring me to continue composing music that brings the story to life, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Yours in the melody, a humble theater composer. Theater sound designer. Some swords clashing to armor clinking, from water running to leaves rustling. I have the pleasure of recreating the stage for various sounds that can be heard out in the world. It is a challenge and a thrill to produce these sounds, and we draw inspiration from the knowledge that they are heard and appreciated by many. However, the sounds of the play isn't limited to that which we ourselves create. No, they also encompass those made by the audience and the players. It is a collaboration between us, a joint performance, and it's my hope that we can continue filling the world with sound together. Acoustically yours, a humble theater sound designer. I'm but a faceless adventurer, one of those who have been in the business for a while without standing out. Recently, menacing towers appeared across the land, in wake of which frightening phenomena broke out, the final days or some such. I do not know how you fared during that time, but if truth be told, I was a little overwhelmed. It was a little overwhelming for me. Gods know I struggled to get by, even without apocalyptic threats to worry about. So many things don't go my way. So many things don't go the way I hope. And I often find myself frustrated and discouraged. Full many times I wanted to give up, to turn away from everything and everyone. But every time There has been something that has saved me, but in the awe-inspiring view or kindly stranger, something has given me the strength to take another step. So come what may, I intend to carry on as far as my path leads. I won't surrender, and I pray that neither will you. Years in perseverance, a faceless adventure. Alright. Another year. Well, there we have it. 10 years. Well, until next time, Halloween event, I suppose.